certified until after sea trials beginning next week.
Puck played around on the left wing, steered to center ice. Loose in the Vancouver zone. Hughes back after the puck. Clark hustles into forecheck. Hughes stops back at the net. Clark knocked the puck away. Hughes recovered on the left wing. It bounces away from Tiger Williams, who's out there with Bolderev and Maneri on the Vancouver forward line. Play at the Philadelphia line. The puck slides loose in the corner. McIlhargey and DuPont on defense. McIlhargey played it around on the boards. Bolderev intercepts. Gives it to Maneri. Coming away from the right boards. Backhands it high. Easily stopped by Meir. Leaves it for Clark. Behind the net. Taps it to DuPont. DuPont starts to stick handle, lost it, and shot, they score! Chris Maneri stole the puck off DuPont, snuffed it into the net. Maneri scores unassisted.
Oh, that's a beauty, and that's the kind of work that the Canucks are going to have to get from Chris Maneri. He's done very little since coming over from the Minnesota North Stars, but just good forechecking by Maneri as he stole the puck from defenseman Moose DuPont, and an all-in-one motion just rifled the shot right past Phil Meir for Maneri, his 5th goal of the season.
Serving the first penalty of the game. Brassard back to get the puck for Vancouver. Leach and Rick McLeish killing the penalty for Philadelphia. Brassard from behind the net on the left for Bolderev. Back to Ole Brassard. Long rink-wide pass to Smeal. Checked off the puck. Recovers it on the right boards. Controlling it there. Comes to center. Rink-wide on the left to Lindgren. Takes it into the Flyer zone along the left boards. Into the corner. Banked it around to the opposite side to Smeal. Stan Smeal put it around to the left point to Brassard. On the left to Lindgren. Coming in front. Passes to the side to Gradin. Back to Lindgren. Couldn't get a shot. Loose back of the net. The jam back of the Flyer goal. The puck goes to Lindgren in the corner. Watson checking him along the boards. Gradin gets the puck to the right point. Stan Smeal shoots and missed the net. From the left point, Brassard shoots. It deflects. They score! It goes off of Busniak into the net. As it deflected off the Flyer defenseman Busniak. And Vancouver leads 2-0.
Oh, real nice play by the Vancouver Canucks as they move it around the boards. Busniak definitely touched the puck, Jim, but Ivan Bolderev was also there. He threw his stick in the air, but it clearly looked like it was the Flyer defenseman Busniak who tipped the shot and went in on the...
Daly carries quickly to center. To the Vancouver line, it's knocked off his stick. Logan and Daly go after the puck. Logan turns with it. Daly bumps him near the corner, and the puck is picked up by Gradin. His pass tipped away. Bromley swept the puck aside. Lindsman hustles after it. Lindsman's shot deflects across to the boards. Williams picks it up for Vancouver deep in his own zone. Pinned along the boards, and the puck is covered up top. Canucks getting possession as Williams' pass went into the linesman's skate. The puck loose in front of shot. They score! Holmgren! And a bad break for the Canucks there as the puck went off the skate of the linesman, Jimmy Christensen. Bounced around in the circle to Bromley's left. Holmgren picked it up, slid it quickly along the ice through Bromley, and it's 2-1 Vancouver.
For Holmgren, his 19th goal of the season, a good shot right along the ice.
Zone. Bromley stops at back of the goal. Controlled there by Maneri from back of the net. Check from behind. Got the puck on the right boards to Kearns. And it's cleared to center ice and dumped right back in by Bathe. Logan goes to it back of the net. Checked back of the goal by Clark. Almost stole the puck. It's played off the boards. Still in the Vancouver zone. The Flyers forechecking so well. Clark winds up with the puck. A shot by Hill. He scores! Bobby Clark made it happen. Al Hill put it into the net high, and it's all tied at 2-2.
And I kind of thought that Gary Bromley caught it with his catching glove. I think he got a piece of it. It went behind him and then over to the far side. I think he definitely deflected. Otherwise, it hit both posts and went in. But you're right, Jim. The guy who did all the work on the play, and he's been doing it for 10 years, Bobby Clark. Great fortune.
Lindsman getting to the puck back to McIlhargey. Puts it on the boards to center to Holmgren. Holmgren tied up along the boards. Fraser got the puck. His pass intercepted. Lindsman coming in over the Vancouver line with Holmgren. Lindgren had it knocked off his stick by McCarthy. Lindsman in the corner got possession again. And Holmgren bumped by Gradin. And Fraser takes the puck back of the net. Banks it on the boards for Spiel. Can't get it out. Now his second effort steers it out. Gradin hustling after it. McIlhargey goes after him. A pass for Fraser. Right in. He shoots. Oh! He scores! It just went over the goal line. Now you'll see an argument. The Flyers say it didn't go in. There's going to be a big argument. The puck got behind Meir. It was rolling. It looked like it was going in. Was it McIlhargey? Somebody reached in and tried to fish it out. The red light went on. Lewis was not close to the goal, but he says it's a goal, and it's 3-2 Vancouver.
That's the key right there. Brian Lewis, it went so fast up the ice. In fact, Gradin showed tremendous acceleration to catch up with the puck that Stan Spiel.
It's Holmgren and Williams with their gloves off. In the corner to the left of Bromley. They're wrestling right now. Holmgren a lot larger than Tiger Williams, but you know they're both very tough. They're at close range. Now Holmgren throws a couple of right hands in the side of Tiger Williams, who now comes back with a left to the side of the head. They're very close range, arms wrapped around each other. They're letting them fight, but they're not able to get loose right now. Holmgren, quite a bit larger and stronger, tries to throw Williams down. Now they're pinned against the glass again. Now the linesmen try to move in. Willard Norris, not very big, reaching up to try and haul Williams off. Christensen has Holmgren, and they're being pried apart in the corner to the left of Bromley.
These are two very well-matched guys when it comes to toughness. Holmgren, though, much bigger than Tiger Williams. In fact, Williams, when you see him in his street clothes, you wonder how he can take so many penalty minutes. They both have over 200 minutes in
penalty. Got possession and scored. The other one looked like it was going over top the net. When Bromley handled it, it went off his hand into the goal. Lindgren clears it off the right side out to center ice. Played back to the Canuck line. Battle for it on the boards as Barber and Smeal bump each other around. Lindgren feeds a hard pass outside the blue line to center ice as the time runs out. And the first period is over. And out of the back of the net. Hughes, long pass, intercepted by Hill at center. Takes it to the Vancouver line. Hurdles over a couple of Canucks and lost possession of the puck. Gradin has it deep in his own zone. In the right corner to Lindgren. Try to get it to Smeal. Intercepted. Reg Leach coming in on goal. He shoots. He scores! Reg Leach with a fine move. And the Flyers have tied it up. And Kurt Fraser gets up limping after attempting to check Leach in the slot. He made a move away from him and beat Bromley, who was coming out when Leach surprised him with that low shot along the ice.
Well, some guys can smell the goal line in football. They just have that knack of scoring touchdowns. Reggie Leach, a great goal.
The puck. Oh, and he throws the Vancouver player Butler to the ice. He's got him down underneath him. Their gloves are off. Bathe working over Butler along the boards. Now they're on their feet in a close wrestling hold. Bathe throws 2 or 3 left hands into Butler, who gets the left hand in now. Now they're throwing punches at each other. Now Butler goes down with Bathe hitting him with the left hand and knocking him down. Now he's throwing uppercuts into Butler when they're down on the ice, and the officials get them apart in a big pileup. Bathe did seem to get the upper hand in the fight.
Oh, they say you can't.
Wants Bridgman, and he's got him. Now the fight is on. Williams and Bridgman along the end boards to the right of Meir. Williams on top, but they're both scrapping at close range. No one seems to be getting an upper hand yet. Bridgman, of course, a real tough guy, too. Lots of them in this Flyer lineup. Lots of them in both lineups. Now along the end boards, fighting at close range. Mel Bridgman and Tiger Williams. Williams gets in one uppercut. Bridgman stays right with him, pinning him on the boards. They had a long argument just before the face-off. And as soon as he got the chance, Williams went after him. Now he hits him in the face. The linesmen are in between them, but Williams is hitting Bridgman in the face. Now the linesmen are trying to get them apart, Bridgman and Williams. And it's just the kind of a hockey game that we expected.
Oh, there's a real glare in their eye. These two guys really want each other. You pointed that out when they came out for the face-off, Jim, that they had words together. Tiger Williams, he just seeked Bridgman right out. I don't think that
Watson got the puck, and the crowd would notice that. And I'm sure Harry Neal would too, as Gillis had a chance to body check Watson. Now Gillis coming in on goal. He's hooked. There's going to be a penalty as the puck scores 3-all. Play in Philadelphia territory. Lindgren can't keep the puck in at the point of reach for the puck. Reggie Leach picks it up in over the Vancouver line. Lost it to Brassard. Came in front. They score! Bobby Clark. Another short-handed goal by the Flyers. Another goal against the Canuck power play. Clark scoring from Leach, and it's 4-3 Philadelphia.
That's 2 short-handed goals for Bobby Clark, and both scored against the Vancouver Canucks this season. That's short-handed goal number 13 for the Flyers. We told you in the opening period the Flyers ever dangerous when they're short-handed.
He's right. Flyers in the Vancouver zone on the power play. Daly at the right point, a hard shot, hit Bromley. Bounces to Leach, ready, and he shoots. He scores! It trickles off a leg, rolled inside the post, just over the goal line. I believe it'll be Leach's goal, and the Flyers lead 5-3.
And what a job big Holmgren did. Screening not only
DuPont, the puck came loose. Gradin had it momentarily. He checked off the puck, and Holmgren gets possession. Now to Bridgman on the left side, just inside his own blue line. Back to Holmgren, up the middle to center. In on the defense, the big native of St. Paul, Minnesota, coming in on goal, shoveling it in front. No red light, but they scored. They still haven't turned the red light on. Philadelphia scoring at 6-3 and a pass out right out in front of Bromley.
Mel Bridgman, as Holmgren showed great strength breaking coming in from the right side as he had one arm on the Canuck defenseman. He muscled a one-handed shot towards Bromley, a weak shot. Bromley made the save, but Melbridge
play in his own zone, and he finished it off right in front of the net. Play now in the Canuck zone. Daly at the right point, a shot deflects high, goes over the glass in among the spectators. Not that long. McLeish over the Vancouver line to Daly. A hard shot, he scores! Bob Daly, outer edge of the face-off circle on the right side. Blasting it by Bromley's stick, and it's 7-3 Philadelphia.
Very innocent play. The Flyers win the face-off just outside the Canucks blue line. McLeish takes it into the Canucks zone, moves it over to Daly. Daly just wound up and blasted away. Beat Bromley on the far side, and now the Philadelphia Flyers are making this one a lapper, as that's goal number 7 on the night for Bob Daly. That's his 12th goal of the season.
Rick McLeish set him up. Will get the assist. Bridgman swings his stick at Gradine, and the play goes on. Bosniak from behind the net with the puck to Vervegaard. Bumped by Hughes and knocked him down, and the crowd reacted to that. Now a fight. Hughes, can't see who he's scrapping with. It's Bosniak fighting Hughes. Now Gradine and Bridgman. Gradine throws a punch into Bridgman, or rather it's the other way around. Bridgman hit Gradine. Now he takes his helmet off. Lindgren tries to help Gradine, having trouble with Bridgman. The referee is right there to watch it. We'll see how he calls it here. Everybody's got partners. Fraser wants to get in there and help. Bridgman is pounding Gradine, so Fraser now grabs Bridgman, and there's a big knot of players down on the ice. The initial fight is over. Hughes and Bosniak. Gradine is down on the ice after taking quite a few punches. Now he's trying to get to his feet. Bridgman was punching him, and the referee was right there close watching it. Hopefully Bridgman will get additional penalties, as Gradine certainly took the worst in that brief fight. Now they're all being untangled. There might be a third man of some description here, I'm not sure. Lindgren and Fraser came to Gradine's rescue. Fraser now wants to get at Bridgman, the former Victoria Cougars. Right now Hill is holding, of course he's another former Victoria Cougar who's out of Nanaimo.
It's McLeish on the face-off for Philadelphia. Gets the draw on Meir and flips it back to McLeish. He's double-teamed in the corner. The Canucks drop it to the point to McCarthy. A drive. Meir the save. Rebound, and Meir is able to grab it and hold on. And now Daly and Gillis get into it at the side of the goal. Big Daly pounding away at Gillis, and now here come a couple of Canucks into it. And here comes somebody off the bench. Frank Bathe for Philadelphia. And now Snaps comes off for Vancouver, and now everybody comes. And we have a bench-emptying brawl here in Vancouver.
Well, you could almost smell that coming, couldn't you, Dan? I think more than anything else, it is the frustration of the Vancouver Canucks. Meir took a goal off of Williams on a deflected shot. Right moments later, he took another one off of Lupo. And you have to say that Clark and Barber and Daly played better against 5 of the Vancouver Canucks, and this is the result of it.
Even the goaltenders, Peters and Bromley, have a hold of each other over at the other side. Hanlon is into it. Meir has a hold of a Vancouver player. Everybody just pairing off. There are 3 Flyers in the penalty box and only 1 Canuck. It all started out with Bob Daly. And who was it, Gillis?
I think it was Gillis.
Now look at the goaltenders. So a bench-emptying brawl here in Vancouver with 5.5 minutes left. I don't know which pair to keep an eye on. These fellas don't like each other too well, do they? Now you look at, you have Meir. He lands a right hand against McCarthy, and Meir and McCarthy start to slug it out at center ice, as well as a couple of other belts inside the blue line. And everybody is paired off here in Vancouver, and the linesman and the referee are having a heck of a job to try and separate it. Now Hanlon comes over as a couple of Canucks have a hold of Linsman.
Last thing in the world that Tommy Gradine wants to do is fight, and Linsman on 2 occasions has tried to stick
Here come the players out of the penalty box now. The 3 Flyers and the 1 Vancouver player come out of the penalty box. And the old NHL coppers are going to get richer from this one.
All we need now is someone to go in the stands.
Everybody's still in it here in Vancouver, and people have come off the bench, including 4 players coming out of the penalty box. Bromley and Busnick of Philadelphia are nose to nose. Usually you don't see the goaltenders get that involved as we have in this one. They must really be mad at each other, these 2 teams.
Well, they're all hanging on and waltzing now. Ron, we talked about is having great talent. I was a tremendous junior out of Sherbrooke. At 50 or 60 goals a year. I thought he'd be a better pro than he was a junior, and had 1 good year. Oh, there they go again. Snips and who?
Well, there's Harold Snips on the far side with Holmgren. Everybody keeps an eye on those 2 now, as they are in at close quarters.
I've been in a few of those my time. Dan, never won one in my life, and I'll tell you, right now, all their arms have to be just tired, dead tired. I think they're carrying a pail of sand in each hand.
Oh, hold on. We have who's Smeal and
bumping heads.
Who's he with over there?
Bath.
Now it gets over into the penalty box again. And your guess is as good as mine as to who's in that one, as they're all in that penalty box area.
I kind of think it's number 5. Bath, the first chap who come off the bench. He and Spiel have been hanging on to each other all along, and a few minutes ago they're knocking heads.
Well, that's Spade that Spiel was with?
Spade. Thanks. Hey, that'll be a good one.
Hanlon and Meir, the goaltenders down near the blue line, start to dance around a little bit.
Neither one of them could punch their way out of a wet paper bag.
Well, here we go for the goaltenders championship. Yeah, incidentally, referee-in-chief Scotty Morrison is in the crowd here this evening. Now we have another outbreak. Dave Logan is into it with a couple of Flyers on the far side. This is getting kind of ridiculous, Howie.
Did we get paid for overtime, Dan?
Now we have Hanlon and Meir down near the goal mouth, and Hanlon with the left hand starts to pound away at Bill Meir. Now he gets the right hand free. Now goes back to the left. Now goes over top. Hanlon and Meir, the goaltenders. Meir, the starter for Philadelphia. Hanlon, the backup for the Canucks, and Hanlon has landed some uppercuts. And now everybody comes over to try and help out Meir and Hanlon as they try and separate those 2. Now back at center ice. There we go with Holmgren and Snaps in the main event again. Where's Tiger throughout all this? Has he got a hold of somebody? Sure he has. I just can't see which Philadelphia player Tiger Williams of the Canucks is with.
Oh, he's got Kelly.
Pardon?
I think he has Kelly.
Yeah, Tiger Williams and Bob Kelly are nose to nose. They have a good hold on each other. Well, we have a bench carrying. Now we have another scrap as Logan and Bridgman down at the other end inside the blue line start to throw them. Bridgman with a left hand. Another left hand by Bridgman. Another left by Bridgman. Another left by Bridgman against Dave Logan.
That's got to be the mismatch of the year, that one down there.
Now Bridgman and
Somebody's got to go and help before he gets killed.
Bridgman has that left hand that he's been operating with. Oh, 5.5 minutes remaining in this game, and we are going to have a unbelievable amount of penalties. What do you do, Howie, if this continues?
Call it off, player tomorrow morning. Finish it tomorrow morning. Well, there isn't a person on the ice that's not due for a 5-minute penalty, so who stays out there to play? Let's put you and I go down there, and Neil and Alan.
Well, they seem to have things quieting down now. Well, they've had a bench emptying brawl, a penalty box emptier. I've seen bench emptying brawls. I don't know I've seen one go quite so long.
No, I think that has been going on as longer than... Oh, there she goes again.
Busnick and Gillis are into it now. Busnick and Jerry Gillis of Vancouver. Busnick, number 28. Gillis, number 21 for the Canucks. And they are providing the activity now.
I think Bromley is the only one who's managed to stay out of a out of a fight where he's had to throw some punches. He just grabbed the smallest guy and hung on, which is very smart.
Well, Bromley and Peters are holding on to each other. They're goaltenders. Handlin and Muir were into it earlier. Do you remember how this all started? Yeah, it was Daly and who in front of the net?
Gillis.
That's right, Bob Daly and Jerry Gillis.
Well, I started to say when this thing started half an hour ago and there was a lull that Jerry Gillis in wide open freewheeling hockey game has just lived up to his potential. He can make all the plays, but he hasn't been able to make the play in a crowd. He just seems to panic and get rid of the puck early. But in this type of confrontation, he's a brave man. And when he learns to play in a crowd, and hockey is really played in a crowd, within 40 feet of each goal, that's where the game is won or lost, and that's where it's tough, and that's where you have to make the plays. He hasn't been able to make them, but I'll tell you, he certainly has been in his share of fights, and you can't say, well, he's a shy young guy. Don't be shy, because he's in the middle of them.
There you see the empty benches. And now the activity comes back into one end of the rink, and players from both teams mill around there again. Boy, what a night for the linesmen, Christensen and Will Norris. I don't see Harry Neal down at that Vancouver bench. He was there earlier. He's not there right now. Pat Quinn is still at the Philadelphia bench.
I think when things sort of slow down a little bit out there in the ice, we'll show you how this started. It seems to me that Bob Daly come across in front of the net and hit Gillis pretty hard with a two-hander. Gillis got rid of the puck, and then both of them retreated in front of the net, and that's where it exploded. But Daly took a pretty good two-handed swing at Gillis, and I kind of think that's what led to this brawl that's been going on for the last 5 minutes. Well, folks, across the country...
5 minutes.
The game isn't always played like this. Normally, it's a rough, tough, bodily contact game. Lots of goals, lots of body checks. the odd little fight, but once in a while this happens.
Well, I think that order has been restored. We're going to take a chance because the Flyers seem to be going one way and the Vancouver Canucks the other. And I think everybody is too tired to pursue any more fisticuffs, so we are going to take a chance. And with 5.5 minutes left in the game, while they straighten out these penalties, break away for a commercial. 7-3, Philadelphia leading in the game. This is NHL 80 live from the Pacific. Howie Meeker, an expert on the Hockey Night in Canada telecast, a former player in the NHL, a former coach, and acknowledged to be one of the best analysts in the hockey broadcasting business, and I'm sure our NHL 80 audience have enjoyed your comments here tonight. I know with this long brawl, I've enjoyed all these stories you've come up with and all this chatter, because these are difficult things to straighten out for a broadcaster.
Well, I very seldom take a run at an official because I think they are the most proficient people on the ice. But I'd have to say this, that I kind of felt that this was going to happen. You had to feel it, and I'm sure all you people at home, seeing Williams go at it a couple of times and everybody else, and every time there was a legal check that was just a little too tough for what they normally have to take within the rules, someone retaliated. And I would say that Lewis had to have that feeling in the seat of his pants that, hey, you guys, you come here to play hockey, not to fight. And I'd have sent a couple of those gentlemen to the dressing room a heck of a lot earlier.
What, give a game misconduct or something?
Sure. Sure. Get out of here. You come to play hockey, and you got the greatest crowd here that you've had all year, got the greatest American crowd going, and hey, we all like a fight, 5 minutes of it, and get it over with and get her going. All you people are lucky you're sitting at home and you can head for the refrigerator and have one. You and I got to sit here and suffer through it. So. Yeah.
There is Brian Lewis still at the penalty box and still trying to straighten out these penalties. I think the simplest thing might be to say who are the 3 best players on each team. You guys stay and everybody else go.
Oh, hey, that'd be super entertaining. You know, not too long ago we did 5 minutes Hockey Night in Canada. If there were rule changes, what rule changes would you like to make? You know what I'd love to see? I'd like to see 4 and a side.
At all times.
Yeah, 4 and a goalie. Right away, you get rid of 5 guys on the team that have average or less than average ability, and you've got more room to operate. Skating becomes the #1 priority. You could sell the game then on total skills. That's the great advantage of the Soviets coming over here and the European teams and our best teams against them. And hey, you folks at home, your U.S. good coach.
You know, I can remember doing a game back in Boston Garden on a Sunday afternoon when the same Pat Quinn was involved with another good buddy of ours by the name of Bobby Orr, and they had one of these bench emptiers. You remember that fiasco?
Yeah.
Well, they're still trying to straighten out these penalties, and we are now trying to set the world record for ad-libbing and filling in. This is like a rain out in a baseball game. Now I know what a baseball announcer feels like when it rains for an hour or so.
Yeah, but they can run down and grab a player and say, hey, let's go. Or even the grounds crew. Don Cherry, that team might flag a little bit. They lost the top goalie in the league, or the top defenseman, Brad Park, and here they are fighting Buffalo for first place in their division, and I just think they've done a heck of a job.
Bill Barber looking up into the stands because I think some fan who was giving the Flyers some words behind the bench is going to be escorted out of the building here by some of the Vancouver Police Department. Bill Barber waves goodbye. We're talking about the Boston Bruins. Incidentally, Harry Sinden is here this evening. So is Tom Johnson. So is the Bruin coach, Brett Creighton. And they are watching on this hockey game here in Vancouver, scouting the Canucks, having a pre-playoff look at the Flyers as well. Let me ask you, Howie, the Flyers coming in here this evening with the best overall record in the NHL. They've lost only 5 games. We've talked about them. And you've said they're that good a hockey team. Where is their biggest competition going to come from before someone is presented with that Stanley Cup at the end of May?
I think the Boston Bruins. I think they're bigger, they're tougher, they're smarter, and if they continue to get the goaltending that they, in the playoffs, that they have had all during the season, and that is a surprising thing to me, is that they could be in contention for the Vezina Trophy in goals against. I think they're second or third lowest. They are going to give the Philadelphia club all they want. Can you imagine Philadelphia against Boston in a 7-game series? Or
for Philadelphia, Clark, with 3 seconds left, twisting and turning, lost it. Williams had a chance, and then Dupont knocked him out of the play as the buzzer goes to end the hockey game. And the Philadelphia Flyers, in a long, brawling game, have just defeated the Vancouver Canucks 7-3. Shots on goal in the game by Vancouver, 34 shots by Philadelphia, 28. And Howie Meeker, we thank you for helping us on a long, hard evening.
Been a pleasure, lots of fun.
That's Howie Meeker as the Flyers leave the ice after winning this hockey game, their 40th victory of the year. And so the final score, the Philadelphia Flyers 7, the Vancouver Canucks 3. We'll return with our final wrap-up in just a moment. The National Hockey League has 21 teams, more than 450 players, but only one official magazine, Goal Magazine. Goal brings you all the action and excitement of the NHL, the great players, behind-the-scenes look at the NHL, giant player posters, and much more. Now you can have Goal Magazine delivered directly to your home. Just send $12.25 check or money order to Goal Magazine, Post Office Box 9606, St. Paul, Minnesota 55196. So subscribe today. Wild and woolly game here at Vancouver's Pacific Coliseum tonight. The Philadelphia Flyers eventual 7-3 winners over the Vancouver Canucks in a game marred by a major bench-clearing brawl in the third period. And at last calculation, and believe me, it took some calculating, we came up with 17 game misconducts and close to, if not over, 100 minutes in penalties. Scoring went like this. Reggie Leach with a pair of goals, his 39th and 40th of the season. Bobby Clark had a shorthanded goal. Mel Bridgman, Bob Daly, Paul Holmgren, and Al Hill picking up singles for the Canucks. Ole Brassar, Kurt Fraser, and Chris Maneri scoring. But the game was indeed marred by that bench brawling and lots of fighting in the third period, not really necessary. I'd like to remind you of our next game on this series, and it will come to you from Hart.